This is episode 18 of Mind Bacon. Here we go. And that's it. We got Josh.
What's up?
What's up?
Round of applause. Yeah, how you been?
Good, man. How are
Good.
you?
Good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I know. We already just like caught up. And
we
everything, so.
we caught up, and I was gonna say, I was thinking before I came here, I was like, how much do I want to catch up with Chris before the podcast?
Right.
Because I was like, I didn't want to run out of like things to talk about during the podcast.
Oh yeah, you never run out of shit.
Yeah.
You never run out of shit to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah. And
that's what I've found.
Yeah.
About
well,
the podcast.
It also depends on, I think, the friendship. You know,
It's
there
true.
are some people that you got to carry the conversation with, and it's just like, ow, my back hurts. But
yeah. Literally carrying the conversation.
yeah.
We go back, man.
Yeah. For some backstory for whoever's listening,
Okay.
how did we meet? So we had a mutual friend.
Yeah. Who?
Blair? Can I say her
Oh
name?
yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Blair, when you guys had your Frevo thing,
Hell yeah.
I was friends with her before that. And then she was like posting your guys' stuff when you guys were still making content.
Yeah.
And I think I just randomly DM'd you on Instagram, be like, hey, let's collab.
It was a DM or a comment or something.
Yeah. And then I was just like, yeah, let's just collab. And
you were local, so I was like, okay.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then it kind of just took off from there. Like, I know you were kind of new to the whole production scene. I was
I was pretty fresh.
Yeah, I mean, I remember you were running your little computer Klipsch speakers, or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Klipsch. They're
I had my little tiny computer speakers. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it just took off from there because I think we tried creating some stuff for a little bit, and then we tried starting a band for a little bit.
Oh my God, you're right.
Say It Again was the name of that band.
Oh my God.
Evan Morey.
Yes, I have no, I just have terrible memory, so it's cool that you remember that shit. But yeah, no, I mean, obviously now that you say it, yeah, that was a good time. And it's always fun having a band.
It was short-lived, but it was good.
Yeah, it was short-lived.
I mean, because we did the St. John's gig, and then
that was fun.
I think it just became harder to keep up because we were all going our different directions.
Yeah, I think we're all just doing our own thing, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. You've been doing your own thing. I've seen you post a lot of like stuff, like covers and original content.
Yeah.
And that's awesome.
That's awesome. A lot, yeah.
What's been your main drive for all of this?
Ooh. I don't know. That's a huge question.
You weren't prepared.
Yeah, no, I wasn't prepared for that one.
I was saying because, I mean, we're still in the pandemic right now, but
yeah,
you've been kind of, and I'm sorry to hijack your show here because you're I'm kidding.
Take it over. You're the host now, dude.
The roles are reversed.
That's right.
Turn the
dude,
tables.
whenever I have a guest over, that's the rule.
Well, I mean, because we did catch up before this for a little bit, but I am interested in hearing, like, since we're still in this pandemic and you were running a solo project for quite some time now, like, what's been your, motivator to keep going rather than like doing a partner project,
No, it's hard. I've thought about doing another partner project, but it's not one of those things where you can just say, "Oh, I want to do another project with somebody," and just be like, "Oh, yeah, you're good," or like this could work. Like, it really has to come about naturally. So I don't think until that happens, that I won't do like that. But I think the reason I do a lot of stuff my own, like a lot of podcast episodes are like just me, and a lot of everything I do is just me, and all the music. Even though I collab with a lot of people, but I barely like see them in person. A lot of stuff is just, especially because of the pandemic, is just done over the old interwebs. Yeah. So the question is, like, what keeps me going though?
Because I mean, just to give you a better idea, like,
yeah,
I you and I are both
Mm-hmm.
can be considered independent artists.
Yeah.
DIY, very DIY. We record our own stuff, we mix our own stuff.
Oh yeah.
Edit our own stuff and release it pretty much ourselves. And for me, I mean, granted, I am busy working full time now, but it's been kind of hard to stay motivated doing all this work myself.
Right. Yeah, I think that's just...
And the creativity, the flow of creativity. I mean, you have a different flow than I do, but I find that for me, it's a little more difficult to stay focused but if I work with somebody, I can work off of their ideas and bouncy ideas and keep the motivation going, but I don't know.
I definitely have a lot more fun, like, working with someone else, like, especially, like, in person.
Right.
I haven't really had, like, a virtual studio session, but, so I don't know what that vibe's like, but, I think just taking it day by day, because there have been things that I set goals for myself. If it's like, month to month, I want to release a song this month or that month, and that helps having like these goals and deadlines.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I think it's mainly day by day. If it's like, because obviously you got to think about the newest stuff like TikTok and keeping up with everything. Like, it can be a lot, like, mentally, and obviously, like, motivational wise, it's like, depending on if you see like some sort of progress. I think success is kind of like personal for everybody. Like, it depends. But yeah, I haven't really thought about that. I just kind of take it day by day and say, and I think it's also because the daily question is, have I done enough today? Because there's no limit. Like, I could go all day and say, there's always something to do. There's like this, there's, you know what? I maybe could post a couple TikToks. I could work on this song a little bit more. I could start a new idea. But, I think you just have to sometimes just like, when it's like 2 a.m. or whatever, you just got to be like, I don't know. I've done enough today, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, that's fair. I think that's a fair answer.
Yeah, that's a really good question, though. I could talk about that for hours.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because like initially, it's the motivation is there's something that I want, and it's kind of just taking it day by day and saying, yeah, how do I get there? And I think just, I think music. Like, it sounds really cheesy and like cliche, but like music just like keeps me going.
Yeah.
Music. Yeah. Music is everything, man.
Music is everything.
You know what I mean? I think that's, long story short, the best answer.
And that's a pretty fair answer.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Overall.
I mean, and going back to your statement of like, have I done enough today? It kind of reminds me of what I had told my friend. She's not a musician, but she was... I forget how it came about, but she felt like she was not doing her best today. Like, kind of in that mindset, like, have I done enough today? I don't think I'm at my best. And I think a really powerful statement is, you are at your best that you are now, given the circumstances. And there will always be a better best, if that makes sense.
Right.
English is not my best, but...
Dude, me too.
But, yeah, but you're the best that you can be, given the circumstances you are in right now, and tomorrow could be a better day.
Right.
And that could apply to, the whole creative process. Like,
yeah,
I got maybe half a track done today, and that's the best I could do.
Yeah, there was something that Luke from Tennyson said, that he treats it like, he was quoting someone else who I forget, but he was quoting this book writer who basically said, if I'm writing a book, if I write like 2 words today, that's good enough. And I think Luke said it in the same way, like producing music. He was like, if I lay down a chord for this song, if that's all I can mentally like handle or whatever, I don't know. It depends, but that I don't know. That can
you can't force creativity.
Depends. You really can't. And I've that's what I've been kind of going off of too. Like especially this year, because there have been times where it feels better if it's just flowing.
Mm-hmm.
It feels better when it comes out of nowhere and you're on a roll. But if I'm in a situation where I think I was in the other night, I was just in this spot where it was kind of like after dinner, 8:00. I didn't have too much work to do. I was like, I finished editing that.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't, even though there's a couple other songs I could work on, I said to myself, I was like, oh, like, maybe I'm not really in the mood to start I'm not really feeling inspired. And then what ended up happening, I just was chilling, and then I ended up just like doing a cover song, like video.
Yeah.
Like it just kind of came about. But yeah, sometimes you just don't feel inspired. I don't know.
No, I get it. I mean, that's been my vibe for a lot of times. And I mean, you've been pumping out tracks. You always amaze me because of how you're able to pump out tracks and how sufficient you pump them out, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because not to compare, but when I try to create tracks, I don't put out as much content as often as you do. I mean, granted, the time constraints and all that have a huge factor to that. But
right.
When I have had like plenty of time on my hands to, to create, and I try to sit down
mm-hmm.
and try to get something out, it just doesn't work, And
right.
I find that late night sessions, I don't know why, and maybe you can agree with me on this, but
mm-hmm.
when you're a little more tired, or at least when I'm a little more tired and it's a little later at night, I have an easier time creating stuff
yep.
and putting out my emotions rather than if I were to create something like, say, this time of day,
yeah.
On a Saturday afternoon, if I sit
right.
down. The creativity, I don't know why, the creativity's not there, but then when I'm just tired, it helps a little bit.
I feel the same way as far as inspiration can kind of like feel easier like at night, but
mm-hmm.
and also at the same time being like, oh, I want to have a good routine and go to bed early. But nighttime, there's like no rules.
Yeah. Right.
Like,
except don't wake your parents up.
That'd be good. Like, and I mean like in the sense of a lot of people like being night owls because it's just like free. Even if you have to go to work at like 8, I feel like there's some people who
you're just awake.
Yeah,
you're just awake, and you don't really have much to worry about at night, rather than maybe get some sleep.
And I feel like that's why people maybe like TikTok until like
mm-hmm.
2 or 3 in the morning. But also, I don't know. I just nighttime feels so good just because there's no rules. Like there's no. It's a freeing time. You can
mm-hmm.
just
mm-hmm.
do. That's the time where you get to be whatever you want, or be whoever you want. It's that's your time.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird and deep. But like, there was someone who said that a while ago, and I was like, damn, that could not be like more true, because
mm-hmm.
If you got to go to work at 9 a.m. in the morning again, at least you have that time. I mean, sleep is nice too, but
sleep is very nice. Know. But
yeah. But to answer your question too, it's always a challenge to stay motivated, especially like when you're focusing on too much stuff. If you're focusing on other stuff, you might be like, oh, but I also want to try to exercise and eat well. And then maybe sometimes when you focus on that stuff, you're like, oh, but I also, damn, I want to find more time for like the other creative stuff. I don't know. So balance is a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
Balance can be hard, especially like this year. This year's been tough for everybody. So, but
mm-hmm.
yeah, but I find a way day by day.
Drake and Josh, find a way. What's I found a way. I don't know.
If you open up your mind.
Yeah, it's mind, not eyes, despite what a lot of people think.
Oh, really?
If you open up your mind, see what's inside. Yeah, and ignore the awful singing.
No, and there's the other line too that people mistake. It's gotta take some time to realign.
Yeah, instead of people think realize.
I always thought realize.
Yeah,
Yeah.
realign. Yeah.
Oh, that's
man,
such bullshit.
That is a throwback right there too. Drake and Josh.
Do you have a favorite Drake and Josh episode that you can remember?
Oh gosh, honestly, not really. I mean, as funny as the show was, and I have terrible memory when it comes to like episodes and movies. Like there are people out there. I mean, a lot of my friends remember like movie lines. They can watch a movie once or maybe twice and remember movie lines like well after the fact. And I'm just like, I don't recall.
I think that depends on how good the movie is too. Like a movie like Step Brothers is so quotable. That if you watch it once or twice, you're like, boats and hoes.
Yeah.
You know, but
yeah, I mean, like, so stupid things like that. I mean, funny, stupid things that are just like you would never think about in real life that stand out to you. I can understand that's memorable, but there are just some people who can memorize like a whole scene after watching a movie once.
Oh,
I'm just not. I'm not that kind of person. When I have like movie discussions with other friends and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, that specific scene where like Tom Hanks does this and this and this," I'm like, I think I remember it, but I'm bad with memory when it comes to like movies and TV shows. And
yeah. Well, I think it depends for me. I think there's a couple. I could quote The Office. I could just school anybody on The Office.
Now, I will say I've watched a lot of Office clips. I've never watched like the full Office.
Right. Okay.
Don't hate me for that. But
it's fine.
One of my, I mean, kind of stereotypical, but favorite moments is when Asian Jim comes in the office and pranks Dwight.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I think that's post Michael. I think that's after Michael leaves. I think
something
because
like that.
I just rewatched it and I after Michael left, I stopped watching.
Right.
I've seen the whole show a bunch of times, so I kind of know what's happening. So I like Michael. Everyone likes Michael.
So I have a full-time job now, and it's a corporate job.
What are you doing?
I'm an insurance adjuster, actually. I work in insurance. I work in claims.
Damn.
So yeah. So basically, when people have like damage to their houses, and they, you know, if they want insurance to help with like the fixing and stuff, and find out if there's coverage, I'm the person, or I'm one of the people that handles that.
You're the person who like just handles their claim, but do you see any like bullshit, or you're not that? You know what I mean? If people are like,
I'm just trying to think of layman terms. Insurance is there if something happens. It's not there in case something. Well, I don't know. It is there in case something happens. So but it only triggers
like car
when
insurance. I'm thinking of car insurance and
right.
shit. Like,
it only triggers when there's damage. If that makes sense.
Right. No, it makes sense. And I've always, when I was like younger, I was always, you know, when I was told like I have to have car insurance, I was like, but I'm a good driver, but you'd never know.
Right.
That's the thing about insurance, I guess.
Funny thing is, I mean, before I got this job, and going back to the whole driving thing, like, I'm a pretty good driver, you know, and thankfully my insurance is affordable.
On the car?
Yeah, on the car, sorry.
Yeah, no, me too.
Yeah, but
good insurance.
Last year, I think it was last year, I was just driving to work one day, and then all of a sudden I got rear-ended.
Yeah,
like,
right, exactly.
I didn't think that would happen to me because I've never gotten into an accident like that before.
That's the bullshit you need insurance for. Is like
exactly.
Fault. Exactly.
So you may think you're a good driver or a good homeowner, but there's things out of your control,
like other assholes.
Yeah, or just people not paying attention. Yeah, yeah, exactly. But
yep.
To answer your question, I think that's probably one of the funniest things is like people file claims for
just like bullshit or just like
stuff
they're just trying to bullshit it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and say that like they don't really fully understand insurance. Insurance is very complicated.
Sure. Yeah, I can get that.
But there are certain things that, if you had a little common sense, it's like, okay, well, you have to understand why this is not covered, and it's just like,
right.
I shouldn't need to explain it to you, but
I shouldn't, but I will.
But I will because it's my job and I have to.
You'd probably explain it like a lot then.
Yeah, it's a lot of phone calls.
Right.
But the job keeps me busy. My week went by so quick this week. So.
Oh yeah, you're working from home.
Yeah. It's funny. I'm not going to disclose which company I work for. But,
sure. Yeah, of course.
I graduated college finally after 7 years last year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because I took
sick.
like a hiatus between my sophomore and junior year, like
okay.
a year and a half off.
Oh, right. I feel like I remember that.
Yeah, I think that's when you and I had known each other. Even before that, we've known each other. I was still in school.
Yeah.
But my my progress was delayed because I took time off. Anyways,
okay.
I graduated last year and tried searching for a job like between then and April of this year. Was it April? Something like that. And I saw a job posting for the company I work at. I was like, I'll just apply. Why not? And then I got the offer. And it was a pandemic. I was laid off for a while from my restaurant gig.
Right. That's what I remember you working that. Okay.
Yeah. So that kind of sucked. Granted, the extra unemployment money was kind of nice, but
right.
I couldn't be unemployed forever, Right. And right now, the restaurant industry is still kind of in shambles. So
for sure. Well, how do you like? That's what I was thinking about. Restaurants is in the way of like winter is coming back, and that we're gonna have to pull that outdoor seating.
That's gonna be tough.
That's gonna be tough. Yeah,
that's gonna be tough. I have like probably I think 10 years in the restaurant industry. That's a long time. Holy crap.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So I don't know how that's gonna work out in the winter. Maybe they will offer outdoor seating, but it's gonna be hard because there's still the limitations of how many people can dine in. Some restaurants are doing well, but I can guarantee you most restaurants that are still functioning have had to do some sort of cutback on budgeting and maybe limited menus. And
damn.
When's the last time you had takeout?
I went to a restaurant like last week.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Was it good?
Fantastic.
Yeah. What restaurant?
Tavern in the Square.
Okay. The one in Shrewsbury? Or there's one here, and I think they're right on Route 9, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But I like going out, and I gotta say, like, it's not too bad. I wear my mask, and then I sit down, and I take off my mask, and I feel fine. Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, obviously, I feel fine, but it's nice to feel normal like that, and other people are doing it.
Yeah.
And they stay distant the tables. It's all done pretty fine. And I feel safe.
You feel safe. That's the important thing is you feel safe and that you are safe. That's the most important thing. For me, it's I don't know. I've gotten some takeout, but like delivery from certain restaurants.
Yeah.
Not in a while though. The pandemic has actually helped me save a lot of money because I actually with this job change, I'm not making as much as I used to.
Okay.
But the other thing is I've done a lot of home cooking.
Oh yeah.
And it's kind of funny now that I'm older, I find grocery shopping exciting.
Oh yeah, I know. Right?
When I go to the grocery store, I'm like 5 minutes from the grocery store. I just go if I want to cook something and I need to buy something. It's just my time to get out of the house.
That's nice because other people are finding a lot of convenience in getting their food delivered.
Yeah, Uber Eats and like DoorDash and all, they're thriving.
Or
right
even
now.
Instacart.
And Instacart
if they need their groceries.
Yeah.
People that will shop at Whole Foods or whatever.
Yeah, I mean those delivery services are thriving. And if you don't mind paying the delivery fee, then
right, that's the thing. But I like your standpoint. It's like one of the few times I'm like getting to go out and get some fresh air and whatever.
Right, because I mean, I haven't gone out. I miss going out to eat, like no doubt. And personally, I don't feel comfortable going out to eat just yet.
Okay.
Yeah, and that that's everybody. Everybody has their own opinion. Some people, there's plenty of people still going out to eat. And
no, that's the thing. Even when I am, I'm like, am I dumb? Nah, but I'm like,
you'll find out.
I know. I'll find out eventually.
Not as dark as that sounds, you'll find out. No,
That's true.
for me, it's just been there's some different factors. Is like I said, I'm not making as much money as I used to, which is fine. I'm learning a budget.
Right.
I've been saving
That's
a
all
lot
it's
of money.
about.
Yeah,
Just
I've been
budget.
doing a lot of money doing home cooking and saving a lot of money, not doing a lot of money.
Yeah.
But and having this much time to myself, because I work from home and stuff, has actually allowed me to explore cooking more.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of my good friends know that I actually like to cook just as much as I like to make music.
Hell
It's kind of funny. I've been posting I haven't posted in a while, but I post some cooking videos and just photos on my phone. I'm such a foodie.
I've never been a foodie just because.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm a picky eater.
Yeah, I know. I remember.
I'm a picky eater, and
some pasta and a little bit of butter.
Hell yeah, dude.
And then gluten-free grilled cheeses. I remember those too.
Fuck yeah, all the time. Dude, that hasn't changed. Because I don't know. Food's all right.
Food's all right. And that's fine. I mean, I have one of my really good friends that I grew up with. He enjoys food, not to the extent that I do, but he sees food more as fuel rather than
right,
it's a necessity. Right. So
exactly.
When I went to school with him, and we've known each other since I don't know, maybe 3rd, 4th grade.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the same school all the way up to graduation, high school. And I just remember having school lunches with him. He would always have it was either a peanut butter and jelly sandwich every day, or maybe ham and cheese just to spice it up. And then
dude, that's literally me.
Yes. And then he'd have a cup of yogurt, an apple, or a granola bar.
That's so funny.
And a juice pack. And that was his meal every day.
I won't even touch yogurt, but everything else you just mentioned sounds pretty freaking awesome to me.
Yeah, and that's fine. I'm not judging you peasants. But no, I'm kidding. But
no, but in the way that I'm using food strictly as
fuel.
And even though those sound like comfort foods, I know people that will really just are even more strict.
I wish I could be that strict.
Me too.
Because I think me spending time with cooking actually takes up a good chunk of my time. Especially if I cook dinner after I work. It takes a good, I don't know, maybe I just am not efficient with cooking, but it takes a good hour out of my day to cook and then eat the meal and then clean it.
And that's exhausting. Yeah, especially
after working 8 straight hours.
Right.
But the other thing is I think I would save a lot more money if I was just as simple as my friend was, or some people do. Having a sandwich every day. And
that is the benefit. Anchor.fm. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it is the easiest way to start your podcast. Let me explain why. It's free. There are creation tools in the app that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's pretty much my diet consists of ham and cheese sandwiches.
This is my diet right here for everybody who knows me is coffee.
What is that exactly? A little iced coffee?
Cold brew iced coffee. I make my own coffee at home, so.
Oh.
Saved me some money too. I used to spend so much on Dunkin's when I was working in a restaurant. Yeah. I think I did the math and I was easily spending $30 a week on Dunkin's between coffee and just sandwiches. But this was when I was working at the restaurant and I didn't have time to make meals for myself.
You know what I will say about Dunkin's though is they never fuck up my bagel.
Really? What's your go-to bagel?
Plain with cream cheese.
Toasted or not toasted?
Toasted.
Toasted. Okay.
Super plain, just plain. The plainest cream cheese, plainest bagel.
Okay. Do they put it on for you, or do you ask for the cream cheese on the side?
They always put it on. They always just nail it every time.
Interesting.
It's unbelievable because I'm picky. It's tough sometimes, when I order stuff. I'm used to them fucking everything up, or like adding too many toppings. I'm like, or some food that I don't know what it is, and I'm not gonna touch it or whatever. Yeah, Dunkin's, man. Dunkin's and their
America
bagels.
runs on Dunkin's.
I run on their bagels. No, I actually haven't had one of their bagels. I mean, it's like, especially now, it's like a rare thing. I used to like, when I was going out a little bit more, it was just like easy. It was on the way. It's fast. It's easy. It's cheap.
It's the whole convenient. That's the idea with fast food.
That's the whole point. Yeah, exactly.
And unfortunately, it's kind of bad for us. But you enjoy it,
but at least you're not having it every day. Like, you ever see that documentary? What the hell's it called? Where the guy eats McDonald's every single day for a month?
Super Size Me or something like that? Yeah, it was an older one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
like it's like 2002.
Yeah, and he just looked awful at the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dude gained like 20 pounds or something.
I love McDonald's, but I think I've backed out of fast food a lot.
Dude, I haven't had McDonald's in a long time.
No, it's good to if you have it once. I think it'd be like
it's true. Well, yeah, but maybe because I haven't had it in a while, I feel like the next time I eat it, I don't know if I'm gonna feel.
You probably would feel really bad. I don't know, because your body's probably not used to it, or I don't know.
I don't know. That's tough because I don't eat the healthiest, so I feel like it's not McDonald's isn't a stretch.
Yeah,
between like the mac and cheese and the fucking Pop-Tarts or whatever. Like, okay. You know what I mean? I feel like if I go eat McDonald's, I'll be like, this is actually pretty good. But yeah, no. I mean, Subway.
I haven't had Subway in a while.
It's ruined for me. I found out that I probably should have known anyways, but they put a ridiculous amount of sugar in their bread. I had no idea.
I didn't know. I haven't had Subway in a long time either, but I didn't know that.
I think I heard about that like last week or something.
I was going to say, I thought you were going to say it was because of the previous representative that they hold the whole fiasco with.
No, he's not great, because all you had to do was like not diddle a kid.
No, that's true, but I thought that's where you were leading with this statement about Subway. I was like,
but
how late are you to this?
Yeah, no. Although that dude like looked great. He lost a lot of weight, but then he...
I mean, if they're putting tons of sugar in their bread, I don't know how he can lose that much weight. But maybe it is true. I don't know.
But that's why it's so good.
Is the sugar?
Because I'll have a ham and cheese at home, and I'm like,
Really?
I knew it was the bread though too, but I didn't know what it was. I was just like, oh, it's just bread.
Did you just get like their plain their plain bread? Okay.
Plain Italian bread and ham and cheese toasted. That was my go-to. I had Subway all the time. And it never like messed me up. It never...
Well, I don't think it's going to mess you up as bad as like McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's.
But I just had it just makes sense though. Yeah. I said, dude, there's definitely crack in this bread. It's so good.
Yeah, with fast food, there's something, even though they can claim like, oh, this is fresh.
I just never knew that was
There's
Subway.
something in it that is probably going to cause an addiction. How are we doing on time, by the way?
Oh, we're fine.
We're fine.
Okay. I'm just curious if I Google Subway bread, like what comes up. Because I just heard it word of mouth, but is Subway's bread actually bread? Yikes.
The more you know. That's copyrighted. You can edit that out.
Yeah, Subway bread isn't bread, Irish court says. Huh?
Wait, what?
So, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, Ireland's Supreme Court. What the fuck does Ireland have to do with anything? Ireland's Supreme Court has ruled that bread sold by the fast food chain Subway contains so much sugar that it cannot legally be defined as bread.
Interesting. I was in Ireland actually for...
oh, really?
Yeah, I was in Ireland last year actually.
Oh, shit.
Was it before I graduated?
Did you have any Subway over there?
No, actually. But I was there for a week because I was part of my college chorale. We did like a concert tour there for a week.
Nice.
And
that's really cool.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we did a lot of like sacred music, so obviously that's not like my go-to music, but I did it for the experience, and I made really good
that's
friends.
An experience.
Oh yeah. But the food over there is so much cleaner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny. When we were on our tour bus or private coach bus, or I don't know what it was the tour guide was telling us like, oh yeah, there's so much farmland over there that people have to like spray their animals like a certain color, so that if one sheep got away, you'd know which farm it would belong to.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this blue sheep belongs to the O'Connors. You know?
Wow.
Like yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
But yeah, the food over there is not processed like it is over here. So
Right.
when I was eating over there, I felt like I eat so much of it and not feel like crap.
Right.
Whereas if I ate like 5 Pop-Tarts, I probably wouldn't be so hot.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite Pop-Tart flavor?
I haven't had Pop-Tarts in a while, but if I'm going to have Pop-Tarts, it's going to be, I like fruity stuff. So like strawberry, blueberry.
Yep.
I mean, I know they have like brown sugar maple stuff, which is
Yeah.
like chocolate, vanilla, like those stuff that stuff is good, but for me, I like fruity things when it comes to pastries, Pop-Tarts, candy,
Yeah.
cereal.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
So not as much like chocolatey.
Yeah. I mean, if you love chocolate,
Yeah,
it's good
well,
on
but
you.
no, I get that. Chocolate's like, it can be a lot and just makes you crash, like,
Yeah.
the older you get and shit.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Apparently, that's not bread at Subway.
it's candy. Just candied sandwiches.
Like, I guess it's just not categorized as bread.
That's so weird. I'll
That
have to look
fucks me
into
up.
that later.
I just can't do that anymore now.
Well, so I don't know if you, I don't know if you know Bushel and Peck. It's a sandwich shop that's pretty popular in Worcester. Might be worth trying out. If you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're pretty simple, but
Yeah, I'm very simple.
but Bushel and Peck.
But they'll just make
They use actual bread.
Right.
They use actual bread.
That's good.
Yeah, but I don't know if there's one local here, but it might be worth trying.
I've definitely heard
But
of it.
does your mom still work at Wegmans, by the way?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say because I'm sure they have some pretty good sandwiches there too.
Oh, yeah. I don't even go to Wegmans a lot either.
It's expensive. You're an adult when you have these kinds of conversations.
I know, dude. It's so depressing. No, it's not. I mean, it's just like real shit.
Right.
What was I just gonna say? No, but she works somewhere else.
Gotcha.
But
is there anything you want to know from me? I feel like I've been asking you so many questions, and this is actually your show. So.
No, it's okay. No, I'm kidding.
All right, bye. That's it, everybody.
No,
Cut. I'm kidding.
Yeah. What's the latest music stuff? Like, what's the latest in that?
So, I mean, I told you before I had a band. I have a band.
Yeah.
And that started last year.
Okay.
Around July. Well, it started a little bit before that, but our first gig was July, and we've had a couple gigs after that. Then pandemic hit. We haven't had a chance to perform anywhere, but that's been going well.
Yeah.
Kind of slow progress because 3 of the band members are still in school. We are all from Worcester State.
Nice.
But that's been going well. We're just rehearsing as much as we can. We want to try to create original content, as I told you before.
True.
As far as like stuff that I've put out, a few months ago, I put out a cover that I collabed with Victoria Kelly.
Oh, hell yeah. She's awesome.
She's awesome. Yeah.
That's great.
Her and another one of my buddies from Berkeley, he's an awesome like guitarist. We put out a cover of Dua Lipa's Don't Start Now.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, that was pretty fun to do. That was like a virtual thing.
That's sick. Yeah.
Where I record my stuff, she records hers, send it back to me. Yeah.
Oh, I've had to do that a couple times now. That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's an interesting process. Yeah.
It's a definitely a fun experience.
It's different. It's fun.
Yeah, but like I know you and I had talked about gear before this podcast was set up.
Oh yeah,
and
dude, we love gear.
I know, and I'm sure there's
sick.
gearheads that listen to this too. But it's funny that you like still work off your laptop, and I get it because of who you are as a musician. It's more convenient to take that stuff, and especially when you do your gigs, you need your laptop.
It's always Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
I never even think about that until like you show up and I'm like, oh yeah,
how essential is that, right?
Literally everything.
Right. For me, it's a little different story because I play a lot of rock music and
you have a lot of analog gear. You got
So we got guitars. I mean, I use digital like amp and stuff for like effects and whatever.
Sure.
But we don't need to carry around a computer.
Right. I can't say it's like a total hassle, but the only hassle I have is like carrying my the heavier gear and shit. I guess like the
Your
computer
synths and
it's just a stressful thing as far as like because it's technology and technology can fuck up.
oh yeah,
That's the only thing.
yeah. And the thing I wanted to mention to you, like one of the benefits of the pandemic and spending so much time at home is actually I built my own computer.
Wow.
So I
that's-
was recording off a MacBook Pro from like 2012,
Right.
and it still rocks. The thing is awesome.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, but I know how you and I were talking about like how you would have like latency when you record and like certain things, certain like issues that maybe your laptop's just too stressed or whatever. And I was running into a lot of that with my laptop. So, I took the time. I was like, you know what? I'm going to build my own computer. I built it for gaming. So and it's has Windows for the gaming, and then it actually has Mac OS for the recording side. So
when you build it for gaming, I feel like I can do like anything.
yeah, there's so many options. I mean, your wallet is your limit. Your budget is your limit.
Right. So you just built a strong ass computer.
Yeah, I mean,
can handle the gaming and
I want to say it's pretty. I don't know how. I know how much I spent on it, but I'm not going to disclose that because I might be a little shameful. But I would consider it a mid to high range computer,
right?
Spec wise.
Yeah.
And so far, I've tried stress testing it with recording. I mean, I don't run as many tracks as you because I know you sometimes will have hundreds of tracks.
Literally hundreds.
Yeah. For me, I think the most I've had was like 25.
Yeah.
But it's been fantastic so far. And I mean,
that's sick. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would totally recommend it if you want to learn to like build your own computer. It's not as bad as people think it is.
Right.
The learning curve is kind of tricky, but
okay.
It
could be interesting.
Yeah, and actually one of my good buddies actually built his own, or he modded his own computer.
Yeah.
Which might be something worth doing for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could install Mac OS and
I gotta say
to these limitations.
This guy is a beast.
Yeah.
My newest one.
That's with the touch bar, right? Okay, this is the old one.
No, it's not the touch bar one either.
What happened to the touch bar? Oh, is it over the
no touch. I never got I got that one right when the touch bar came out.
Oh, okay.
Because I said I didn't want the newest one. Of course, now I do. Like the grass is always greener, but it's great. But yeah, like you said, if I have 200 tracks going with not even that, just like all the plugins.
Yes, that's the processing thing right there.
Is the latency issue. But other than that, I mean, that's something that I've always been curious about, though, is the building the own computer. So
yeah, I would, like I said, I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, maybe someday.
And you could do it in laptop format now because my friend was actually just able to do it.
Wow.
So
that's crazy.
Yeah. The other reason, and I know I mentioned to you before that you were the Apple fanboy when I first knew you and stuff.
It's true.
Apple products have been getting so expensive, especially for the higher end stuff. That's another reason why I built the computer, because I had more control over what parts were going into it, and I could save more money. Whereas if I bought a MacBook with similar specs and hardware, it'd be almost twice as much.
I do feel like I overpay for Apple, but and that's definitely true. I feel like there's money to be saved there. But for me, it's always been the experience.
Oh yeah,
I think that's why it's so pricey.
Yeah, I mean, so
there's an experience with it too.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ableton is both Windows and Mac, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could go either way with it, but
yeah, it's just something with Apple, though their user interface is just really nice and neat.
Something about it, and then right out of the box, I guess that's that's why if I have to spend a little bit more money and remember Deadmau5 was talking about Apple computers in the way of like, for him, Apple computers were the traveling computer.
Yeah.
And for him, like at the home studio, it was something like different, Windows like whatever. Because on the road, if he's got a MacBook and something happens, he can just waltz into an Apple store just pick another one.
He also has the refund and the resources to just buy 3 of them.
Yes, and he means that in the way of like, for the home computer, is the one that's really customized, the beast, the stuff that you need to like order stuff. I don't know, but for him on the road, it was like, oh, I could just walk in to an Apple store, grab another one if some shit goes wrong and I have a show, whatever. But so I'll think about it. It's pretty cool. I mean, I've always been curious, so
yeah, and if you have a lot of time on your hands, why not? Another project.
It's true.
It's true. But as going back to your question for the music related stuff, that's pretty much it. I built my own computer. And I had a wedding gig with Hannah.
Of course, yeah.
That was a few weeks ago.
You had it? Oh, yeah.
That was
cool.
I remember
she was talking about it. And
so she reached out to me, like, I think at some point last year.
Yep.
Or late last year, and was like, hey, my cousin's getting married. She asked me to perform. Would you like to perform with me? Like, accompany me? That's so originally, it was just going to be us two. And I was like, yeah, cool. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, oh, I think just us two might sound, and I'm sorry, Hannah, if you're watching this, but I think us two just might not fill the space enough.
Okay.
So then I was like, let's recruit my drummer and my bassist. And
so you want just like the full band sound?
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, but keep it kind of tightly knit.
Yeah.
So that was cool. And I'm working on some other like projects. I've just been kind of shooting some ideas. On my computer, but nothing
top secretive.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably just going to end up sitting in my library. So I'm trying to find some way of just releasing it.
Nice.
Yeah, but I'm sure you've got some other projects on the backlog. Hannah was telling me you guys were re-recording one of the tracks you released years ago with Kid Quick, I think his name was.
Yeah. And that was funny because a few months ago now, maybe, I found that tune again that we had wrote. We wrote together a couple years ago, and I found it again, and I was like, dude, this could actually be really cool. I just got to rework it. And I did. And then when her and I wrote it again, we rewrote it a little bit.
Yeah.
And reworked it, and it's sounding good, and just trying to figure out other logistics and other stuff. But that one I'm really excited about that one.
Is that close to being released, or is there still like sort of a bridge you got to cross? And
there's a couple more bridges, and we're running into like the holidays, so it's probably going to be next year at some point. But
I'm excited because I told Hannah this when this was actually before she came on for her podcast, her episode. Yeah. I was telling her, like, man, it's been so fascinating and inspiring to see my talented musical friends kind of progress. Because
it's crazy.
I've known you since you kind of first started and was new to this whole scene. And then Hannah, I've known her for like close to 10 years now.
I probably met her through you.
Yeah, something like that. And it was just seeing the growth with all my musical friends. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
And we all have our own pace, we all progress at our own pace. I'm still progressing at my own pace, but it's really, really cool to say, like, hey, those people are kind of making it big, and I know those people. It's like,
yeah, I have other friends like that too, and it's always a mystery when you see other friends, when they're doing their own thing and quote unquote, like blowing up or whatever, but dude, the thing that I've learned most importantly is just to keep your friends super close.
Would you say we're close even though we haven't seen each other?
Absolutely.
In a couple years? I think so.
Absolutely.
It's just like we pick it up where we left it off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I strongly believe in that because I prefer that over any other fake relationships that.
And you find a lot of that at least in my experience, you find a lot of that when in the music related world.
Absolutely.
Like
everybody in the music industry is just out to fuck you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
except
Because
me. I'm kidding.
no, exactly, and that's
me and Hannah,
and there's and there's situations where people like kind of use you just for their own shit.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean I don't want to be too negative here, but I think everybody is a little selfish when it comes to that. Like everybody has their own needs and wants.
Yeah.
Like your needs and wants, you have your own that are different from mine, and we haven't collabed in a while, and we're just too. I don't know how to explain it. We have our own things going on that, like, we don't really need to like feel that we need to manipulate each other for that kind of thing. You know?
Right.
If we collab, we collab. If not, we're cool.
Dude. Yeah. And I always ask you for like advice too, because at the end of the day, like I have learned a lot, but then just having you in here again and just being like, yeah, dude, like what have you been doing for like this or that or whatever?
It's kind of funny because Ryan O'Leary actually reached out to me a while back. I mean, we don't like talk all too often, but we just DM each other and stuff. And I think there was a time where he was like looking for music equipment advice. Yeah. And I just thought it was kind of funny because I met Ryan O'Leary through you. Yeah. And then it was like the same situation where I'm like offering like, oh, these are the microphones you should probably look at. Right. Or this is like the equipment that I think would be a good starting point for you.
Yeah, I think you're just very logical at that shit.
Yeah, I mean, to my own dismay, I spend a lot of time like watching gear videos and just learning.
It's a hobby, and it's also like
it's my version of porn.
Yeah, exactly.
As I stare seriously into the camera. I'm kidding.
Get off. At looking, dude, like when I got that U-bass that I showed you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I think I introduced you to Sweetwater too, and that was really dangerous because of the monthly payments that they set up.
Dude.
I see all your gear.
I have a lot of gear, but the monthly payment's great. It depends, but Sweetwater's incredible. The same dude from 2016.
Yeah, it's like your representative. Yeah, they have their personal representative reach out.
So probably
to
at least 5 years, same guy.
Yeah, same
from
thing.
From the very first time you showed me Sweetwater, like when I got my first thing I got from Sweetwater was the speakers.
Sweetwater, sponsor Mind Bacon.
Seriously.
I use another website too called American Musical Supply, which they actually have longer. Like you can stretch it out to a year depending on like how much you're spending. Right. And actually, so your collection is like synths, and you do have some like ukes and guitars that I see, but mostly like synths and stuff. Which is awesome.
Oh, I love the U-bass though.
Yeah.
That's the newest baby. The newest baby is always like the best baby.
Yeah, until the newer baby comes in.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, for me it's my guitars because I'm a guitarist, and
that's what I meant to ask. What's the newest guitar?
So John Mayer actually has. You're probably familiar with like guitar models.
Yeah.
He worked at for a while and stuff. So like John Mayer came out with his version of a Stratocaster with Paul Reed Smith, which is like a really, they call it boutique brand because it is pretty expensive. My newest acquired guitar is his model that he designed, but I bought it used.
Still sexy.
It is. So
dude, I love a sexy guitar.
I know. I mean, my guitars now. You know how there's this whole like debate about like imported guitars versus like American made guitars. You ever hear about that?
Not too much, but
yeah. So in the realm of the guitar world, American made guitars are typically more expensive and higher spec. And I actually made that shift to more American made guitars. I used to buy like Chinese or Korean made guitars. Mostly I didn't have the money, and I was still kind of new to the experience of guitars. But then as I developed more and more knowledge, I started investing in a solid guitar collection.
Gotcha.
And I mean, I'll say the number out here. I won't say how many guitars I have, but my guitar collection is probably $11,000, if not more.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Assets.
Yeah. I mean, it's great. I mean, as a musician, it's not like I have a lot of money. This is just, and you understand this, like this is just stuff that we've accumulated over the years and invested in.
It just happens.
It's not that we're filthy rich. It's just
not by any means. But you're on Sweetwater. and you go unconscious, and the next second you get a package in the mail. And
it's dangerous.
Like, oops.
It's actually funny. Funny thing is on Sweetwater, when the pandemic first hit, I didn't know how long I was going to be home for. And I bought like a 25 pack of strings for my guitars.
Oh, dude, that's so funny.
Yeah, and then I bought like a 75 pack of guitar picks to think I would last through the whole year, and I still have so much of it.
The thing about it is because of the pandemic, there's like I've found with especially Sweetwater is just inventory is awful with like everything. I had to wait a long time for the U-Bass.
And the whole China thing too, like,
right?
That's affecting the music industry as well. I mean, it's affecting anything that's made in China, which is everything. There was a price increase on some equipment that I had looked at that because of the tariffs and all that political stuff. And I'm not going to try to keep it. I'm not going to do political things in this because
BS.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hey, are you registered to vote? More than 60% of eligible voters have never been asked to register. Headcount.org is working to change that. Headcount is a nonpartisan organization that works with the music and entertainment industry to get fans to vote. To update or check your voter registration status, go to headcount.org, where you'll find all the information you need to be ready for Election Day. You can also request an absentee ballot, get info on early voting, find your polling place, or see what's on your ballot. Register to vote at headcount.org. That's headcount.org.
I know you had a game for me.
Yeah. You want to do it?
Yeah.
We'll do one, maybe two.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see. I have to find it again. Here it is. Okay. All right. So this is Answer the Internet. I'm gonna try to do this with like every guest.
Okay.
From now on, because
I'm the guinea pig.
I love a good debate.
Really?
I love a good. Well, yeah.
As long as we're not at each other's throats on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like not interrupting each other. All right.
What'd you say? I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Just gotta go for it.
Uh-oh.
If you could see a sex tape with any two movie characters, who would it be? Boom.
All right, you're gonna have to take that one first because I don't even know.
Sex tape with any two movie characters.
I love how you just toss your phone like it's nothing either.
Dude, it's nothing. That's the question, you know? Bada bing, can't change it. Throw it away, dude. And just let it ponder in the old brain.
Does it have to be movie characters?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, geez, that's so
my
hard.
initially I want to do like Batman or something. But I don't want to see that.
Well, it's hard because as a straight person, you don't really want to think about the male counterpart for that. At least in my opinion,
I don't have a problem with that.
I don't know. I mean, obviously,
if Batman's, yeah,
as long as he's still in costume, right?
That's the thing. It's a one piece, right?
I don't know.
It's either the whole thing or nothing.
And I guess if you want to get more deeper into it, which Batman?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. Okay.
Well, that's the first that comes to.
Okay.
mind.
Well, he was pretty iconic. Yeah.
I think so, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm still trying to think. Movie characters. I guess it could be like an animated movie too, because that counts as a movie. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what's funny is like the other one I thought of was Wolf of Wall Street with Leo and Margot, but
that's pretty much
it's
there.
already the movie.
It's already the movie. But I think, I guess to make the question fair, it has to be two separate movies, probably. Like one character
really?
from. I don't know. What do you think?
I was thinking the same movie, like the cast from a movie.
Oh, I interpreted it as which two separate movie characters from that are not.
That's actually a good point. Movie characters, two separate movies.
There's gonna be a lot of thinking for this podcast for this.
I would just have to say. Yeah.
We're going for the question. All right. I think for me, I know the female counterpart would probably be Scarlett Johansson from like the Marvel movies.
Nice.
Black Widow, because I think she's
gorgeous.
She's so gorgeous, and she's just a beautiful, beautiful woman. And then the male counterpart, I don't know. That's so hard.
Why is this such a hard question? It's all right. I gotta be honest. It's gotta be. You think it can be two separate movies?
I think. I mean, this sounds like it's open for interpretation. So, if you think it should be from the same movie, I think that's fair. Because it didn't specify. It was just two movie characters, right?
Right.
And it could be two girls, two guys, however which way you roll. It sounds like it's open for interpretation. For me, maybe it's Margot Robbie and Scarlett Johansson. The what was
I got the hots from Margot Robbie.
Yeah. The movie villain Margot Robbie. I'm blanking.
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn and Black Widow. If you
really?
I guess I'll just say that. That's my answer right there. Because I really can't think of any guy counterparts.
I think I'd be curious to see a. It's a sex tape, not a porno. Never mind. Because if it was a porno, and it was.
Well, a sex tape is just an amateur version of a porno, isn't it?
Right. No, but I mean like story wise.
Oh.
In a porno, I'd like to see what would happen with it could be any one of the Jokers and Margot is Harley.
Okay, I think that's fair.
I think I'd have to do Heath Ledger Joker, and
okay,
that could be inappropriate though because he's passed away.
I think enough time has passed.
That could be true also.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got to be honest. I think I got to go to The Dark Knight Rises. I'm interested to see what Batman and Catwoman are doing behind closed doors.
Okay, that's fair.
Like if it's like, are they doing it with like? Is it an iPhone? Like, do they got the iPhone set up on a tripod? Like, is it handheld? Like. How does Batman...
It's on a batarang. He's just throwing it around the room and the camera is just doing a 360.
Like, does Batman sound completely aggressive? Maybe he's... Because it's Bruce Wayne.
Right.
But is he Batman when he's,
Is he doing the Christian Bale's like Batman, like,
Right, no, exactly.
Have you seen Ben Affleck's Batman at all? No, you haven't? Okay. 'Cause the way they do his voice is pretty interesting. It's like they use voice modulation. So it's not like...
Really?
Yeah, it's actually... I mean, given like Bruce Wayne is supposed to be like really high tech.
That makes sense though.
His version, he uses some sort of like voice modulator in his costume to deepen his voice. Whereas Christian Bale actually
just like talks like this.
Yeah.
That makes more sense actually.
That must have killed his throat though.
I know.
I can't even do that.
Yeah.
Where's Harvey Dent? Something like that.
I didn't think about his voice though. He must have been wrecked. Yeah.
Probably. Is there another question you want to pull up from that?
You know what? Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Make sure you throw your phone farther this time.
Okay, I will. I'm just going to the next one.
Yeah.
I'm not going around. It's just whatever comes up next.
And if it is very uncomfortable, then I will let you know.
Okay.
All right.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
If you could make any two people fight in a no rules cage match, who would you choose?
Oh. That was actually farther. Okay. Oh.
No rules cage match. Two people.
They have to be real?
Yes.
Do you think? Okay.
You know who I'm thinking.
I don't know who you're thinking.
You should just go first, man.
Oh, Jesus.
I think I already have my answer. I gotta be honest.
Michael Jackson and Freddie Mercury.
Really?
Why
wow. That was really well put.
Yeah. Two iconic music stars, idols from
Yeah.
different. I mean, King of Pop versus the King of Rock, I guess.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That'd be interesting.
Oh my God.
Michael Jackson pulling off dance moves while Freddie Mercury has his boom, his mic.
Right.
Boom.
It's a no rules. They don't have to get aggressive. They could have like a sing off.
Or if they actually fought. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd get pretty ugly.
Because I saw the two pictures, I was like,
no,
oh, that's actually pretty cool.
I think, who would you think would win? I guess that's not the question. That's kind of unfair, but.
I think Freddie Mercury has a little more brawn to him compared to Michael Jackson. So maybe Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
I also think he was like a 6-foot guy and Michael was probably a little shorter, but I could be wrong.
Wikipedia, I don't know.
I thought I was under the impression that he was a taller guy. But you
Just gotta look it up.
Yeah.
Who's tall? I thought Michael Jackson might be taller.
I have no
Not
idea.
like it matters like strength wise, but I'm just curious.
But
Michael Jackson height.
I mean, for me, I feel like if you were to think of their body image, Freddie Mercury looks just tougher to me, I guess.
Yeah, because he seems like one of those dudes from the really olden 1920s.
Yeah, with the stash and
with the big stash and the onesie, and the big bike,
the wife beater,
the big wheels, and the wife beater, just kind of like
yeah.
Freddie Mercury is an inch taller.
How tall?
5'10".
Oh, I thought he was
some
like
short motherfuckers. Michael Jackson is 5'9".
Nice. Well, I'm 5'5", so
I was gonna say that's not like too short, I guess.
No. But what you were thinking, I guess I was supposed to read your mind, but I have no idea.
No, yeah. When I think of no rules, especially when it says cage match, I just think of all out, just brutal, bloody, aggressive, tearing each other apart. And like I said, I don't get political.
Oh,
I've never gotten political.
I know where you're going,
dude. If you just, especially right now, if they said, okay, the next debate is gonna be a cage match instead, and they just put Trump and Biden in a cage, dude, I would love to see those two old guys just like put on gloves and
Trump's got some experience with WWE or WWF or whatever it was. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. Isn't there a clip? There's like a clip of
I think he's slapping the shit out of the guy.
Yeah. And there's one other one where like it looks edited, but like I think it is edited. Blah 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 blah. Someone like tackles the shit out of Trump or something.
Something like that.
Have you seen that?
I think I might have. It definitely went viral. But yeah, okay. That makes more sense when you were saying who like. Okay.
It just reminded me of just debates, fights. It's happening right now.
It's
relevant. Don't get political.
And it's very relevant though.
It's very relevant. I just don't get political, but dude, that'd be so funny if they
if they did that.
If Biden has his gloves on and he just goes, "Shut up."
You ever seen like rap battles of history on YouTube?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's
been a long time.
It's been a long time, but they had one with like Trump versus Hillary.
Oh yeah.
Before that was I think Obama versus Romney, Mitt Romney, I think was his name. Yeah,
sure.
So those were pretty fun to watch. I mean, no matter which side of politics you stand on, those rap battles I think are pretty funny.
I think I found it. Oh yeah.
And just to give you an editing pain in the ass, you got to take that clip and throw it on the podcast.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. Check this out. Have you seen this?
Hello, how are you? Hi.
Trump, how
nice
are you?
Seeing you. Terrific.
Pleasure to meet you.
Terrific. You know Billy Bush?
How are you?
Nice to see you. How you doing, Ariane?
Doing very well, thank you. Are you ready to be a soap star?
We're ready. Let's go. Make me a soap star.
How about a little hug for the Donald? He just got off the
Would you
bus.
like a little hug,
Okay,
darling?
absolutely.
A
Melania
little
said
hug
this
for the
was
bushy.
okay.
I just got off the bus.
Oh, bushy.
There we go. Excellent. Well, you've got a nice co-star here.
Good.
Yes.
Oh yes, I've seen that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like why?
That's like very seamless editing though.
I know, dude.
It's like
why?
It obviously that's not gonna happen, but it's so smooth that you're like, holy shit, Trump just got tackled.
Yeah, the very first time I saw that,
That's awesome.
I was cut off guard for a second, but that's what just made me think of the whole cage fight thing.
Okay.
Like if Biden did that,
Yeah.
dude, I'd be all popcorn. Like, yeah, I'd be all in.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Is there another one we could throw in real quick?
yeah, sure, why not? We'll do one more. We'll make it an even 3.
Yeah. Third time's a charm.
Let's see. Very next one. No matter what,
Okay.
would you rather the world lost all women or all sports?
All sports. That's an easy question.
Yeah,
for
that
me.
is pretty easy actually.
Just because I'm a musician.
But some people would say women because they love their sports so much.
Yeah, fair.
But at this point, we don't have Brady, we don't have Mookie.
And we were at it. We were without sports for a while, so we.
Yeah, that's a very pre-COVID question.
Yeah. But
that was easy.
yeah, that was way too easy. But that's the third one, I guess. Is there a commercial break or something, or how are you feeling about this?
Already probably happened.
Already probably.
Yeah, yeah. Somewhere along the lines, it just cut me off mid-sentence and went to me going, anchor.com or .fm. Oops.
How we doing on time, though?
Oh, we're good, man.
Okay.
We'll probably wrap it up shortly.
I want to make sure that we're in your time schedule.
Dude, that's so
you are
generous.
busy, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate that. And
Yeah.
And like I said, has it flown by, though?
Absolutely.
It's been
Yeah, tell me how much time it's passed.
over like an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I tell like all my guests, I say, dude, it's going to fly by.
That's
Like nothing. Because remember the first like few podcasts I did, it just felt like 10 minutes. It was crazy. It's crazy how much, time flies by when you're
having fun. Yeah, I had to do a podcast with a different friend that I know.
Oh, nice.
He asked me to be on his podcast. I don't think he released the episode yet, but it was like a Skype podcast.
Yeah,
So it was,
I've done a few of those now.
Yeah, and
It's okay.
It's
I'd rather,
okay. It's not. I mean, granted, the safety thing I understand, but it's not as. You don't get that vibe,
Totally different vibe.
Totally different vibe when
yeah.
you're having a face-to-face conversation,
Right.
And then in 10 years from now, podcast could be just like watching text messages go back and forth. You won't even hear any talking. Imagine.
I want to say I feel like I've already seen like a show like that or something, but
that'd be so dumb.
no, you know what it was? It was a documentary I watched about the murder of Shannon Watts. Do you know about that story about the dude who killed his wife and 2 kids? Super depressing, but like the documentary is really well done, but there was a lot of points where there was no talking, just music, and there was just kind of these
text
animated
messages.
text bubbles.
Was this recent?
The crime was a couple years ago, but the documentary just came out.
I would say, and this actually kind of sounds sad, but when you had asked, have you heard about that, that crime happening?
Yeah.
I kind of want to say it sounds like a regular thing, and that's super depressing.
Oh my God, you're
to
right
say,
though. No, but you're right.
because, I mean, it's happened so many times on the news where it's just like we're kind of numb to it.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, I didn't know that happened. I thought that already happened. Is it this family you're talking about? Oh no, it's that family.
Dude, it just goes to show like it's hard to trust people. They were like married and shit.
Yeah.
And then he just cracked. I don't know. People just crack.
Love sucks. Love hurts.
Love's a bitch.
Love kills.
Love kills.
Too soon? Too soon?
No. Perfect timing.
Oh, man.
Yeah, this has been great, man.
It has been
Dude,
great.
it's been such a pleasure having you on, and you're welcome back anytime.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll have to do something soon, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Is there anything you want to plug?
Is there anything?
Anything you
I
gotta
mean,
tell the good people?
so if I have the permission to do it from Chris, which I already do, you can check out my content at youtube.com/JoshVongOfficial. I also have my band starting up. We're called Strike with a 5 as the S. We have a Facebook page, so you can just look up Strike with a 5.
With a 5. Okay.
As the S. I don't know.
There you go.
I'll send you a link if you want to edit it in. But
Hell yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll get one of my bandmates to come on the show with you.
Absolutely. I wonder, I'm trying to figure out what the cap of people in here is. I've had 2 guests.
Yeah, my
before.
band is 5. I mean,
right. And that's the thing. I have done, I did an outdoor podcast. It was also summer, but it was 4 of us.
Okay.
And it was outdoor. We'll figure something out, though.
If you need additional mics, I got you.
Oh, that's right. That's true. 'Cause I was thinking that, too. I was like...
Because you already have your multi-channel interface if you want to ever use that. I know it's a pain in the ass.
No, that's what I used for the outdoor podcast. It was weird because like it was right out there, but I basically just like unhooked it. I put the interface right out there.
Yeah.
My computer, everything was outside, and I just hooked everything in. And yeah,
I think it'd be fun. I think this could be. I mean, as long as everybody's comfortable being this many people.
Dude, I just love trying new, different things with the podcast, and
I'll talk to my band about it and
figure some out.
Figure something out. But
that'd be great.
Thank
Get some
you for
promo
having
for you
legendary Chris Berry, everybody. Thank you for having me. Mind bacon.
Mind bacon. So, thank you for watching. This was episode 18. I'm pretty sure, and I appreciate you. Stay positive. Stay productive. This was Josh Vong. We'll see you next time. Bye.